Have you always ever wanted to create your own original story? Well, let me tell you how I did in this video. As generative AI continues to rear its head like an ugly parasite and companies continue to retell stories rather than create new ones, more and more creators like myself turn to telling our own original products and worlds. As a child in the 90s, I have always wanted to create stories of my very own. So when I finally decided a few years ago that I would be doing that I would start to make that transition into creating my own original manga slash anime stories. Now here's the thing that I tell you about when creating your own stories, that you will suck hard at first. That's how the original first version of my manga Alexander was. I had no knowledge of anatomy. I had terrible comic and manga fundamentals. The text size was really inconsistent, as well as my word bubbles were being completely wrong at the time for scenes, depending on what they may be, didn't fit. And yours truly did not understand what needed to go into making your very own comic slash manga. Now, it wasn't until I stopped being just a consumer of manga or comics itself, but started to analyze that, which allowed me to start making better work. Now, what this means is that I pretty much, as you can see, I pretty much had to just start studying and seeing how manga work, what kind of panels were being used, learn the types of panels that was being used, learn the types of work that was being used, and when they would call for it, and how you would use them. So eventually going from terrible bubbles to knowing the right bubble to use in the right situation. Now, what you would be saying is, Gothic, is that the hardest part? And let me tell you, no, that's not even the hardest part. That's just me finally starting to do the race. What made it really hardest was dealing with procrastination. Now, before I had the stories I had now, when I was a much younger artist and a much younger person, I would have huge issues with procrastination. Meaning, I could start stories and things like that, and it was an interesting one to do, but for some reason, I just never seemed interested in wanting to continue set work. I would work on a few pages and I would stop to never continue it again to do something else. Now that is the major problem itself that I had to learn how to deal with, and there was no one that can help me with that. No one could just tell me like, hey, here's how you do to stop procrastinating or to stop not having motivation. No, that's something I had to learn on my own, and once you took back the reins up to control something that get to me. Now pretty much the best thing about that is just trying to start gathering discipline, and that's what I needed to do in order for me to be able to start making manga and comics at even a decent point. Now, I eventually finally started doing that, and I kept on doing that until you see the books I have now. No, but just even printing these books, it took a slight bit of challenge as well because I knew how I wanted the books to be, but trying to figure that out within the printer I was using and the size I was using was quite difficult in itself. Luckily, it only took me like 2 proofs, so luckily we didn't have to throw a lot of cash at the wall to get that going. We was able to successfully like make it happen, make it work, so I was very excited about that. Now, as you can see here, this is the work itself of both of my manga series. They're both issues of Freedom and Alexander. And again, I'm just very excited for them to be completed. Again, the hardest part was just not even just working through it. It's more of just finally getting started and even like getting the sketch going. Because again, it is very challenging to have everything done and to get the sketch and to finalize everything, to know what you want in the story, especially because it's just not a completed story, it's still an ongoing story. So I had to at least have a script in mind and how I want the story to go and how that laid out, as well as design the characters before I could even just be like, yeah, so I'm good on this, everything is good here. But this is all from my 30 plus girlies who are just like me, who pretty much loved anime and manga content and grew up with these classic works. And these works are the very same reasons why I, yours truly, gets like trying to get into this and make her own manga and comic stories. Now, no, this is not the only works I have. If you are interested, I definitely love you to check out the links below this video. There's a lot more of the works I have done that are super awesome that I would love for you all to check out, because I think they're pretty neat too. They're also helping me with my experience as well as I continue making comics as I keep getting better, but just making and creating. And especially in a world where companies just don't seem to really care anymore about the quality they put out. They just want quantity and they just want to be put out what they are. You've seen works before and they don't feel like trying to continue reinventing the wheel. They just want to, continue doing the same old to not have to worry about just think if this didn't work out or this didn't pan out right. They just rather it knowing it's going to work at something they already did. So if you are interested in more original stories, then hit that like and subscribe button because it does hold all the power that you know. And also, if this video also hits a certain number of likes and comments, I can even go to play around play of telling you how you can get your own work so published as well. If you're interested, just like me, for whatever type of work it may be. Because again, this is really is a cool thing, and I would love some more for me to know about it and to help them get on that notion as well and jump on and make their own stories as well. Now, until next time, everyone, peace out and take care and have fun creating.